Hey everyone, so tonight I'm doing a review on the DC Comics Designer Series Greg Capullo Mr. Freeze from DC Collectibles. So I really like the packaging of these figures. So it's got a nice window box, a little blue here for Mr. Freeze. It says Mr. Freeze along the right side, along with some images in the background of the other figures in this wave. On the side here has a nice Greg Capullo drawing of Mr. Freeze, along with the numbering on the side here saying Mr. Freeze the bat signal. Also has the number here, which number he is in the series. Top says Greg Capullo, the bat signal. And on the back has the rest of the figures in the wave, along with Thrasher Suit Batman, Red Hood, and Catwoman. So I'll go ahead and show the bottom. It's just a barcode. I'll go ahead and get this guy open and check out Mr. Freeze. Alright guys, so here's Mr. Freeze out of the package. I'm going to do a quick little 360, do a little dynamic posing, right? So you do have to put the plastic dome on his head. That didn't come automatically put on, and I'll show that in a second. Alright, there's your 360. I'm going to look at the details. Alright, so looking at Mr. Freeze up close, he's got a ton of detail. That's one thing I'll say. I'm just going to pop this off. So the little dome just kind of sets on top. Just kind of slide it over his head. But anyway, yeah. So I'll go ahead and check out the head sculpt first. I think these guys have a great head sculpt. I think that looks really cool. I like the, dark kind of black wash over the silver goggles that are all nicely sculpted on. I like the more kind of a dirtier orange of the goggles. I think that looks really cool. It's got like a little mohawk. It's really cool. It's got a little white hair. I love kind of the whiter plastic mixed with this lighter blue that really brings out the creases, kind of gives him that really, cold, icy look. Really nice. Then his little suit, I really like the silver dry brushing over all the metal pieces. Really brings out that kind of gunmetal look. And all these hoses are very pliable. They're like little black rubber hoses that connect into his tank. I think it looks really nice. The tank looks really cool itself. All these little compartments, along with the little small blue tank in here that kind of runs. All these are very pliable. It has two more hoses that run right to the front. Right here, it kind of looks like a little, almost like a wetsuit kind of respirator. It has little, dials. More of the little smaller tanks here. But all this is nicely, nice little dry brushing over the metal pieces. They're not real metal, but, the plastic pieces that look like metal. Looks really cool. I like these little circles here at the lighter white, kind of like a cream white with, or not cream white, but like a snow white with the little light blue circles outlining him. I think that looks really nice. Then over his clothes, it's got kind of this netting look, but it's very of a flat gray, but it's very well textured. It's got a ton of detail. Nice sculpting work. Same thing with the belt here. It's the same black wash over the kind of the gunmetal look, but just a ton of sculpting detail in this figure. Again, with that, the blue wash kind of over him, you can see all his ribs, the kind of definition in his arms, all that nice sculpt kind of comes out more, but just gives him that really cold look. Then going over his little gun here, his little freeze ray gun. Again, that silver, plastic looks really well with that dry brushing. I really like all the blue, light blue paint over it. Really brings out the lining. It's very cool looking. It's got like a little aimer right there, but it fits nicely in his hand. See right there. Really cool looking gun. You guys see how his little finger fits right on in there. Very cool, and he holds it well. Does not come out. Going with the rest, he's got these more tanks kind of tucked into his pockets. They're nicely done too. It's got like little grenades, and that's kind of rotate the pin. Pretty cool. And I like how same thing with his kind of his knee pads. I think that same silver wash over it, and that netting continues on to his shoes. He's got the same wash over his shoes. Got little pointy shoes, kind of like little elf shoes. Very cool. He's got one pickle at the bottom of his feet. Alright, so I'll go ahead and go over the articulation. I'll take this gun out. Gun out of his hand. Again, very cool looking gun. Really like it. So he's got, his head's on a ball joint, so you can rotate it left and right. Can't really look up. He looks down a little bit. But again, you can kind of pose his head around and then slide that dome over it. He's got ball joints in the shoulders. They move out. One thing I've noticed about these figures compared to Marvel Legends, The plastic feels a lot more brittle to me. It's got an upper bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, so I've been really careful with them. He's also got a rotation at the wrist, the hinge, up and down. It's got a little bit of a paint flake right there. I can probably pick that off. It's got, actually, you can barely see it, but it's got a little ab crunch. Slide forward about that much. Slide back farther. It's got a waist swivel, and this belt is actually kind of loosely on there so it doesn't get in the way. He cannot kick forward. It hits right in here, so you can kick forward about, I mean, to me that's not really kicking forward. This side comes up about that much. You can do the splits pretty much. He's got those kind of those gaping joints. Doesn't really bug me because I'm not going to have Mr. Freeze doing splits. It's got an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and no boot rotation, but he's got rotation at the ankles, and his ankles move down and they move up, and no ankle rocker. So he doesn't have a ton of articulation, but he's got enough to, you know, get some decent poses out of him. I'll show you guys how tall Mr. Freeze is. Alright guys, so Mr. Freeze stands right at about 7.5 inches at the top of his dome. Yeah, just a little over 7 inches at the top of his dome, and probably just under 7 inches without the dome. Sorry, looking at a funky angle. And I'm going to show a little size comparison of him next to the Bucky cap so you guys can get an idea. He's about, 7 inches tall. He's over an inch taller than Bucky. So they are a lot taller than the Marvel Legends. But overall, I do like this figure. I think it's got a great sculpt, great amount of paint detail. I just feel, I wish it had a little bit more articulation, and I feel it's very brittle. I do feel like if I posed him a lot and played around with him, he would break. In fact, that I was going to originally do zero year Batman, and just opening him out of the package, his right arm snapped off. That's the first time I've ever had a figure break on me besides the Magneto from a while ago. But fresh out of package, that's the first time I've had a figure break on me. So I'm already returning him and trying to get another one. But overall, I think it's a very nice figure. I am terrified if he ever falls off the shelf that he will break, though. So I'm going to really be posing these guys against, kind of, away from the edge of any shelves. But overall, very cool figure, great detail, great paint work, or paint applications. For a good deal, I got him for $14 shipped on Amazon Prime. I think that's a great deal for what it is. I would not pay the retail price of $24.99 on this figure. I think that's a little high, especially just because of what I've been rambling on about the how brittle he is. But overall, I like him. I do. I'm glad to have him. But yeah, that's my review, guys. Hope you liked it. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't. All right, thanks.